Hey coaches, we're still talking defense. We're on day 3 insertion and a 3-4 defense. You know, I love this defense because it is so simple. I think when I watch guys talking about coverages, talking about fronts, I always my question is always, how many mistakes are your kids making? And this defense, it is so simple. We can get lined up and get our call and get to the football. To me, it's about knowing the call, getting in your stance, reading your keys, and getting to the football. So I love this defense because of the simplicity, because of the fact that we can play smaller kids, the tweeners that didn't quite fit in the other defensive schemes. They can fit into this one because bottom line, above everything else, we're going to get 11 guys who can run to the ball. 11 guys who have a nose for it and want to get to the football every play. So let's get into it. Day 3, we're putting our angle call in. Remember, to us, angle means weak. So let's draw it up real quick. I put it against a spread look. Although I like it versus a wing T look. There's some down and distance situations and some tendency situations when I absolutely love angle. Against a spread look, it would be more of a change-up call, just so we don't get too predictable on which way we're slanting. Make sure that we keep the front guessing on basically 3-way goes. But still a good call versus spread, but I love it versus wing T. So let's do it real quick. Angle, usually we declare, and it goes by tendency, but we usually declare away from the back. So we would be, our strong side would be here, so we're angling to our right today. We're in a run mindset, so he's outside and getting the heel level, building his house, finding the ball, and we're here. These guys are still getting their butt, face, hip read, and we're in a run mindset right now. Our outside backers are 2x2, and against a spread look, we're going to flat foot read for the most part. We're going to get in our stance, we're going to flat foot read. We feel like we're in a great spot right here, and we got a little time to make a decision to make it happen. If H was up on the line, our base rule is if you're on the line, the slant's coming towards you, you back step and make your normal read. Typically, we cross read. It's just a hat read that we normally do. Hit hat in, hat out, hat at me. But if they're playing more of a zone read type scheme, we like to cross read it. We feel like we get a better look that way. If this guy was a real veteran, we sometimes would read this tackle, treat him like a tight end and read him. But if it's a younger kid, we're just going to stick with the backfield read. The guards would be, the inside backers would be reading their guards. The guards are going to take them. If they get zone scheme, they're stacking and finding balls. So you see this. If they have a zone scheme this way, we're chasing it down from behind with these two. If they have a zone scheme back towards us, you almost get a ricochet deal where you're getting a face read, they're getting their hands on them, and they're right in the gap, they're perfect to play. If they're getting a gap scheme with guards pulling, we're chasing it down from behind. And if we're getting gap scheme towards us, then the same deal. We're running the corner or sitting and spinning, getting back towards the ball. But no matter what scheme they throw at us, we're in pretty good shape with those butt, face, hip reads and with inside backers reading guards. And we particularly like the 2x2, just flat footing first, second, and figuring out what's going on. Behind it, we can play. We would normally play just our normal quarters. We don't feel like we got to check 3 or anything. We can play quarters to it because we're calling this in run situations. All right, so that's angle. Again, change up call. Really like it. All right, next one is our fire zones. We mirror most of our stuff. So thunder, we would be coming off the right side. Lightning would be coming off the left side. It is not tied to the front. So in this situation, we're going to draw up thunder. Well, it'd be our will and our H coming off the right side. But it wouldn't have mattered if we would have declared strong right. It would just be our Sam and Mike coming off the right side. So if thunder is our right call, not tied into the front, which way we're declaring the front. So let's draw it up real quick. This is the one I think people call it America's fire zone. That it's all we're doing, but it's been super successful for us against pass, and it's been good against run also. If I mess up and call it and they run the ball, it's been a good call for us that way too. So just a normal deal. We've got him outside. We've got him a gap. We've got him two gapping into the A gap. We got him cheating up and coming off the edge. And we got Will attacking the guard. We use that Manny Diaz type philosophy. We're going to attack the guard, and the gap will present itself, and he'll hit the gap like a running back would. We would spin, so our spin coverage is basically we put in spin just for this situation. So spin, we would be either right before the snap or at the snap. We would spin down, and he would take curl to flat, and he would spin into the middle for deep third. Our corners are playing that same no back pedal technique that they use in 4 and in 3. So they would do their read, and then their deep third players. Mike would work towards the middle if it's a pass, and he would work straight back once it declared itself. So that is thunder. Obviously coming off the other side, we would call it lightning, but it's the same blitz both ways, and it's the only fire zone we carry, and it's been super successful for us. The one dilemma, and I'm looking for your ideas. The one dilemma. We normally call this off the field most of the time, and if they come out and they surprise us and they come out 3 by 1, that's no problem to handle. We just check 3, so we're just in a post spin situation. So even though it would be free down here and strong here, we just check 3 ahead of time when we play. That would be our base check to trips anyway. But the dilemma was a few times this year, we got caught the other direction. We got caught when we're calling thunder off the right, and they came out with some kind of trips look to the left. Now, a couple times it caught us with our pants down, and then eventually we got to a point where we just said, well, our base check would be 3 in that situation. You see, if we don't change it, we're screwed up with our underneath coverage. So we just decided, okay, well, if this happens, we'll just make an opposite call. So we made our call for thunder, but they came out this way. Well, we're going to go ahead and call lightning instead. The problem is I don't like letting them dictate which way we're bringing it off. And then you obviously get into this, you get into all this deal where what if they bring motion across and you're having to bounce back up, and then so I'm looking for your ideas. My answer to that was to say, okay, if they come out with trips the wrong way, we'll just check the call and go opposite. So a thunder call would have turned into a lightning call. We still like the call. Let's go for it. But if you got something better, let me know. So spin coverage is when we're starting in a 4 shell, and we're spinning either right before the snap or at the snap. We're spinning down into a 3 look. And we really only run it with these fire zones. So that's it. That's day 3. Very simple, very workable. Do all the YouTube stuff. If you like it, like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And if you got an idea how to handle this situation a little better than I do, please leave the comments, because I'd like to trade you an idea for an idea. Thank you, coaches.